Hey everyone, my name is Monroe Man with Break Diving, joined today with Ismail Mushraf in India. Today we're having our JavaScript chat event here at breakdiving.io. If you want to join our community, it's a worldwide community where we pursue lots of different dives, not just JavaScript, French, world travel, martial arts. So definitely check us out at breakdiving.io. Hey, this is something that Ishmael just shared me. There's something called the student developer pack on GitHub. So if you are a student, you get free access to so many of these things. Like here, you get free 6 months access to all courses and workshops on front-end masters. And I just checked that out here. Look at these cool courses you can take. Is this where you're doing Vim, Ishmael?
What?
Are you
Yeah.
doing Vim? Is this the Vim class that you're taking?
Yeah, that's great. It's a good course.
So you can learn WebAssembly here.
It almost covers everything. Yeah.
Dino, 3D on the web, Vue.js, Next.js, functional JavaScript. I mean, this is so cool. So many cool courses you can take.
Yeah, I think front-end masters almost got everything to learn about front-end.
Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at this. Look how many courses. This thing just keeps going. Oh my God.
I think, yeah.
Wow. This is wild. So there are this is the You Don't Know JS guy, Kyle Simpson. Front-end engineering, web UI, CSS3, Angular backbone, data visualizations with D3, fantastic. So, I mean, just that alone is worth this. So if you're a student, you can gain access to all these things. You can get a free hobby dyno for 2 years on Heroku. And, oh, you also get free GitHub Pro while you're a student,
So, yeah.
which is really interesting. And I'm just looking at all of these very, very cool things. So that's really exciting. And also you get a free month here at Covalence. It's a full-paced JavaScript bootcamp, and you get the first month free if you're part of that GitHub student package. And then we're trying to figure out, Ishmael and I don't know if the second month is 39 bucks or is the second month $79. So can't answer that, but at least you can try it for a whole month for free and see if you like it and to see if it's helpful. So I'm really excited about this, Ishmael. So thank you very much for sharing.
Yes, I think if you want, you can go to that website and take that learn tag. Click on the learn tag.
Here?
You can just see. No, in the GitHub web page.
This one?
In that, no, in the GitHub website.
Oh, the GitHub one, yeah. How do you sign up for this thing?
I have signed up with my university email.
Oh, get your pack right here. Let me see what you have to do.
Yeah. Scroll to the top.
Oh, you
click
can
on
get
the learn
teacher
part.
benefits. Teacher students to interested in GitHub Teacher Toolbox. GitHub team for courses, coding clubs, and nonprofit research. This is interesting. Maybe this could be since Bright Diving is a not-for-profit, maybe we could do something here. Fascinating, but I'd have to find out if it makes sense for me to sign up for student benefits or sign up for teacher benefits, because I don't know if you can do both. So very interesting. So I'll have to, let me just see, what do I do here? How do you do the student application?
You are a student, right?
Yeah, at University of the People. At least for the next, like probably year and a half until I get my bachelor's there. What do you use your email for school? Okay, how do you plan to use GitHub? And then let's look at, let me just see what the one is for teacher benefits. What's the application? Be an educator, faculty member, or researcher. have our school-based email, have a GitHub user account. Okay, what's the name of your school? How do you plan to use GitHub? Well, I'll have to talk to them and find out, because I don't know if student or teacher makes sense, but those are some wonderful resources. Thank you, Ishmael. And I hope some people watching this video find out too about these great resources. So why do you want to learn a full stack JavaScript? Or are you just interested in all languages?
Really, I took that course. I think my subscription period is almost over for the student developer pack, but I took it in the end. I just wanted to learn something new. Previously I was learning C++ and machine learning, deep learning kind of things, but I just wanted to learn something new. That's why I chose that.
Wait, so you've already started your free Covalence subscription?
Yeah, I have started it. I think 3 or 4 days ago.
Oh, so it's not almost done. You've got like 25 days left, right?
Yeah, yes.
So cool. Do you think you'll continue with that bootcamp, or you're not sure?
Yes, of course. You know, I have just decided to stop everything that I was doing. I just only focus in this course and the Vue. Just both of.
That's cool. That's great. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna finish my Wes Boss course. Did I show you that? Have you seen that?
Yeah, please show me.
This is Wes Boss. He's got a great
which
course.
browser are you using?
Right now I'm doing the full stack JavaScript beginner program. Let me log in. Hold on. Where's the login? I don't know why. Maybe it's under courses. All right, sign into the course. Here are all these courses. Master Gatsby, beginner JavaScript. This is the one that I'm doing now. I'm almost done with that. It says beginner,
is it
but it's very,
course?
very complicated stuff. I can show you the course dashboard.
Is it a premium course?
Yeah, that one's a premium course. But command, he has a number of free courses. If you already know JavaScript, his JavaScript 30 course, have you heard of that? So like this is the first course here, and you see it goes over the basics, but then it gets more complicated. Scope, hoisting, closures, the DOM, events, a lot of projects, coercion, maps, arrays, looping, and then it starts getting very complex. Face detection, you create a face detection thing, a text generator, and now I'm over down here. I'm just finished all these on promises and async await, Ajax cores, and I'm doing this currency converter now. And then I'm almost done. This is the end. Then I do modules here, and then these 2 final projects. But let me go to, let me see, course manager.
How about OP concepts? Are you learning object-oriented concepts?
Yeah. In this, you learn object-oriented things such as objects and things like that. So this is a good program, but there's also here, the one that the next level, again, if you already know basic JavaScript, is this JavaScript 30, and this one's free. And this is the one I'm going to start on next.
Yeah.
And it has all these, let me see. Here, you create a JavaScript drum kit, a CSS and JavaScript clock, array cardio and canvas, pixels, Ajax type ahead. So I mean, you learn how to do so many cool things with JavaScript.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, there is a lot to learn in JavaScript, right?
Say it again.
There's a lot to learn in JavaScript.
There's a lot to learn in computer programming. So it's no matter how much I learn, I find out I know even less than I thought I did. And
yeah, that's really good. But I just said about the just about JavaScript. There is so much frameworks, tools.
Yeah, that's the problem too. I kind of feel like, how many frameworks are they going to keep creating? And there's literally, I mean, we know about React and Vue and Angular, but there are about 50 other frameworks. That let's look. Let's see what we can find. Hold on. Let's see how many.
Yes. Yes.
List of all JavaScript frameworks. But here's just 11 of them: Angular, React, Ember, Vue, Backbone, Mithril, Polymer, Node, Svelte, Meteor. What else? Here, top frameworks for 2020. A list of most JavaScript frameworks. Let's see. How many are there going to be there? I'd say there are more than like 200 of them, right?
Yeah, there will be.
Just the top 9. Angular, and Backbone, React, Ember. So let's learn about all these, okay? Shall we do that together?
Yeah.
So let's talk.
I have have you any experience with Angular?
A little bit, not much. I'm doing a course now on Udemy that builds basically 3 different apps. They're very similar. One is with Angular, Rails and Angular. One is Rails and React. One is Rails and Vue, to kind of help you determine which one you
I think it will be a paid course, right?
Yeah, but it was $10.
Yeah, I know.
So it wasn't. I didn't have to pay full price for it. So Angular JS is for hybrid mobile application development. Okay. Backbone is easy to understand usability modules, easy learning curve, and it creates single page applications. Built with the idea that all server-side functions should flow through an API, minimizing the amount of code that you need to compose. Okay. React, we all know React.
Yes.
Okay. Ember. Excuse me. We call this sneeze.js. That's a new JavaScript framework for the human body. Ember, okay, its closest competitors are Angular and React. It's a good solution for a startup or for a business looking to build complex apps. It has a huge online community, regular updates, and wide application of JavaScript. The framework is a model for creating research. LinkedIn uses this, Kickstarter, Blue Apron, and many others. This is my big thing. I'm like, with break diving, we use JavaScript, but we don't have any front end framework yet. And the more I study the frameworks, the more confused I am. How are you supposed to choose one of these things, right?
So for break diving, there is no frameworks used.
No, it's just JavaScript. Just JavaScript. We use some jQuery too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Aurelia JS, a self-proclaimed web development framework, makes the process of site development a creative process.
But I think these frameworks make very much easy these things.
They make things easier, but choosing one is hard.
Yeah.
Meteor JS, it's the most popular. It ranks as the most popular JavaScript framework. It started in 2012, has grown in terms of performance.
I thought most popular was Angular, right?
Yeah, Vue is new, 2016. Two-way data binding, server-side. Okay. Polymer, also from Google. Polymer is one stupefying JavaScript framework that comes with the ability to create and reuse web components. Okay, I definitely don't want a stupefying one. That sounds like it's complicated. Socket. It's a real-time communicator between client and server. Let's look. Let's see. Let's see. Fastest growing JavaScript frameworks.
Which browser are you using?
Oh, Brave.
Brave.
Have you heard of Brave?
I think I just have heard about it.
It allows me to earn cryptocurrency while I'm browsing the web.
Oh, that's cool.
So I've earned $53 in crypto since I started using this about 1.5 years ago.
What's that BAT? What's that?
What's that?
BAT. Which
BAT
cryptocurrency?
it's a basic attention token.
Oh.
So you can find it's on Coinbase. It's a regular cryptocurrency, but it's created. The BATs are created by Brave.
Yeah.
So just think about this. I've earned $54 just by searching the web.
Oh,
so if you download the Brave browser, you can get started with this too.
Yes.
Let's try now. Let's see if we can find the fastest growing frameworks. Here's JavaScript frameworks and trends in 2020. Oh, there's 2021. I saw that one below. We should probably see that one. Hold on. We want 2021 here.
I think Angular is the one.
Wow. So is Angular becoming more popular than React?
Yeah, I think Angular is becoming more popular.
Oh, JavaScript. Let's find out. Best frameworks, Angular. But why? But how are they choosing this? Are they just doing this? This just so it's one person's opinion?
I think community is a great thing. If there is a good.
This one is based on MVC. I like MVC because we use that with Rails, Model View Controller.
Yeah.
So that might make it a Vue.js.
I was learning Angular for our company's project. My first experience with Angular.
You use that recently with Angular?
Yeah, I used recently. I just have learned recently. I didn't know about Angular, but I have learned it.
So which one so far? Which front-end frameworks have you used for JavaScript?
JavaScript, I only know Angular.
Oh, you don't know JavaScript very well.
I just only know the pure JavaScript, not any frameworks really.
Let's see. What will be the best JavaScript framework in 2021 from Coursera? Oh no, that's Codersera. He thinks React, Angular. Where's the one on Stack Overflow? Hold on, Stack Overflow front end frameworks survey. Start framework survey 2021. Here, developer survey 2020. This is the 2021. Let's see. Key results, most loved languages. Well, languages that doesn't help. Wait, let's just see this. Rust is the #1.
Oh.
Rust, TypeScript, Python, Kotlin, Go, Julia, Dart, C#, Swift. JavaScript is pretty low. What the heck is Rust? Why do people like Rust? Java, C++, or Ruby are all down here. What's the worst one? VBA, Objective-C. Oh, frameworks. Here's the frameworks.
There is no Java, C++. Yeah. Well.
ASP.NET Core is loved. React, Vue, Express, Gatsby, Spring, Django, Flask, Angular, Laravel, Ruby on Rails, Symfony, Angular. Interesting. Okay. Wow. Did more people like Django than Ruby on Rails? That's interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
ASP.NET.
Dreaded.
Yeah.
Let's see. The dreaded is Angular? Why is that dreaded? Drupal, jQuery, ASP.NET, Symfony, Ruby on Rails, Laravel, Angular, Flask. So React and Vue are lower. I wish they had explanations for this. Why? Right? Well, what's
Yes, yes, yeah.
what good is it knowing this if we don't know why they dread it? Wanted, React, Vue,
Yeah,
Angular. Huh. So let's.
Drupal.
Here's best. This was from a month ago. Best JavaScript frameworks for 2021. They have React. Okay. Yeah, learning React is a bit more complicated than the other front-end frameworks on the list, but it's massively adopted. So
Yeah, I
you,
think
go
React
ahead.
also have a native development framework, right?
Yeah, there's something called React Native. Yeah, Vue.js is a lightweight framework used to build creative. Okay, it's created in 2014. So Vue is inspired by React and Angular, but has improved those features to provide a better and easy to use.
Yeah.
So maybe Vue is easier to use. Okay.
Have you learned the Vue?
No, not yet. So the best example of this approach is Vue's provision of bidirectional data binding like in Angular and a virtual DOM like is seen in React.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I have learned about it. The bidirectional data binding.
That's interesting. Used by Adobe, Apple, BMW, Louis Vuitton, Nintendo. Angular, third. Okay. Created in 2010. But the advent of React exposed Angular's many flaws and has since been relegated to oblivion. So AngularJS was rewritten from scratch and Angular 2 came out in 2016. Okay.
I think now Angular 10 is released.
I think they have Angular 4 now, right?
Angular 10, right?
Angular 10? Let's find out.
Yeah, just
What
check it
is
out.
the most recent Angular version? Oh my gosh. Oh no, it's 11.
Yeah, 11.
11. Let's see. Let's learn a little bit about this.
But I think the Angular
version history. Okay, let's see what it says. So they created AngularJS in 2009. Angular 2 was written from scratch and it's fully different from Angular 1. Angular 4 was launched in 2017. It's an updated version of Angular 2. Angular 5 was released on November 2017 to help developers create apps fast and removes unnecessary code. Angular 6 and 7 came out. Angular 8 has differential loading, supports TypeScript and Angular Ivy. Angular 9 was last year. It moves all the applications to use the Ivy compiler. Angular 10 came out last summer with 4 months. Okay, nothing. And Angular 11. So what's Angular 11? Let's look at, and whoop. Highlights the latest version of stricter types, automatic font inlining, and router performance improvements. So, okay, so that's interesting. And then we go back here to Ember. 4th place. Ember uses the model view model architecture. I've never heard of that. Have you heard of that?
No, I only heard of MVC. Yeah.
So yeah, I've heard of MVC, not model view model.
Yeah.
It was a Sprout core framework from Ave to Ember JS by Yehuda Katz. He's one of the leading creators of jQuery. It has a command line interface. One of the older JavaScript frameworks, but has a big user base at companies like Microsoft, blah, 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 blah. Oh, Backbone and Polymer have disappeared.
Yeah.
But Ember has somehow managed to hang on. Okay, Preact. Preact JS. It's a fast and powerful alternative to React. It's not a complete framework.
Oh.
It's a subset of React. He made Preact with some features stripped out. It's on the same basic principles as React, and it's compatible with React. Let's look at Preact. That's interesting. Preact.io. No. Preact.com. Preactjs.io. Maybe that's it. Hold on.
Just Google search it. Just Google search.
I'm trying to. It keeps Preact.js. Let's try this. There we go. Oh, it's preactjs.com. Fast 3 kilobyte alternative to React with the same modern API. So function counter constant. Return. Oh my gosh, this looks much easier than React. You don't have to do that React component and all that stuff. Let's see. It provides the thinnest possible virtual DOM on top of the DOM. Small size. Most UI frameworks are large enough to be the majority of an app's JavaScript size. Preact is small enough that your code is the largest part of the application. Okay, big performance. It's one of the fastest DOMs out there. Instantly productive. Okay, I guess see it in action. Let's see. Test. Hi, Ishmael. All right, let's look at this. Let's try to do this together. Wait, is that it? Export default class to-do list extends component. Oh, it still has the component thing. State equals to-dos, an array. Text is nothing. Set text. Okay, it looks very similar to React, but I'm trying to figure out what's the difference. Do you know what the differences are?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't know React. I only just know Angular, but it also seems like Angular.
Fetch GitHub stars. Ready to dive in. Get started. Here. Preact is packaged to be used directly in the browser. Doesn't require any build or tools. Oh, this is the whole thing. Import H component render from Preact. constant app equals h1 null hello world render app document.body. So, but the primary drawback is the lack of JSX, which requires a build step. So instead, so we highly recommend an alternative called HTM. It's a JSX-like structure that works in standard JavaScript.
Yeah.
Supported in all browsers. It's an increasingly popular way to write Preact apps. Well, this is certainly interesting. Tutorial. Let's see what the tutorial is. Hello world. Let's do hello world. Constant app equals, so this is in the JavaScript file, equals hello world. Okay. The same without GSX. Constant app equals H. Oh, so the H must be that HTM thing you were talking about. H1 null hello world. Okay. Constant app equals H hello world. Inject our app into the DOM, render app document body. You've built your first Preact app.
Yeah.
Import H render component from Preact. Class app extends component. I feel like you need to learn React first in order to use this. Because otherwise you're.
Yeah, I think this is built upon React, right?
Yeah, it's not built on React. I think it's just another version that's something that's similar to React, but apparently is a little bit less complicated.
Yes.
So that's something worth looking into. Preact. So what we've learned today is that we have no idea what JavaScript web framework
yes
is best for us to use. I kind of feel like you need to build like the same app using 5 to 10 different frameworks, and then you could say, okay,
yeah,
this one, it was a lot easier doing it this way, or I understand it this way, because I just by reading these descriptions, they're not very helpful.
Yeah, but I think there's a great content in this tutorial. For Angular also, the websites are good for tutorials.
On the Angular site?
On the Angular site, there is a great tutorial to learn angular.io.
It's built on TypeScript.
You can click yeah.
So you have to write Angular using TypeScript?
Yeah, I think some kind of TypeScript knowledge is required. I took a crash course on TypeScript before starting with Angular.
So this is interesting. So this is the JavaScript. Import component from Angular core. At component selector is hello world. And the template is H2 hello world and paragraph. This is my first component. Then you export class hello world component. The code in this class drives the component's behavior. Then you just write. So you just write this in JavaScript, hello world, hello world.
Yeah, you can do that in the HTML code.
So this is the HTML, hello world, hello world.
Yes.
And so we're basically creating a unique selector called hello world.
Yes. And the template will be rendered.
And then the template gets rendered inside it.
Yes. That's it.
That's actually, this seems a lot easier to understand than React.
Yeah.
That's fascinating. Angular's component. So wait, what happens in here? Why is there no code in here?
Sorry.
Why is there no code in here? It's just
Yeah,
explore
I
class
think
hello world.
that's no. I think
Maybe
it
this.
can.
Oh, here it is. Here's an example.
Yeah, that's
If you do this, then it'll change what the text, the HTML is, right?
yes.
Because here you
Yeah.
do selector hello world interpolation, the
You can declare
template,
the variables.
and then we're going to put hello world, and then it puts hello world in the. But wait a second, where's the p tag? Oh, here it is. So this becomes the HTML that we create, yeah?
Yes.
And we put that in double curly brackets called message. Wait,
Yes.
but if that's called message, oh, I see. Message. Selector is hello. Now, well, I'm confused now because it says the selector is hello world interpolation, but where's that selector here?
Yeah, that's a great question.
I don't know that.
I think that's a mistake. Usually, the selector needs to be used.
Or
It's a
maybe the
mistake.
selector gets added onto here, hello world interpolation dot.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
And then when you do that, it's able to access it through here. So it's saying the message within the selector hello world interpretation needs to be changed to hello world, and then that becomes hello world here.
Yes.
Interesting. Oh, I kind of get this a little bit better than React and Ember and all those others. Property binding.
I think this is easy.
Which was the one that they said was created from Angular? Was it Ember? No.
No. I think it was combined the two-way data binding of Angular and something of React. I think.
Yeah. Which one was that?
Is it Ember?
Ember. Let me see. Wait. See. Front end. Wait. JS framework combines Angular and React. Oh, Vue. It was Vue.
Yeah.
Right? Let's see. Let's just look at that. Our last adventure for today. Let's look at Vue JS and see how that makes sense. Why use Vue? Okay. Do you want to watch this video with me?
Yeah.
Over the last 10 years, our web pages have become more dynamic and powerful thanks to JavaScript. We've moved a lot of code that was normally on the server side into our browsers, leaving us with thousands of lines of JavaScript code connecting to various HTML and CSS files with no formal organization. This is why more and more developers are using JavaScript frameworks like Angular, React, or Vue. Vue is an approachable, versatile, and performant JavaScript framework that helps you create a more maintainable and testable code base. Vue is a progressive JavaScript framework, which means if you have an existing server-side application, you can plug Vue into just one part of your application that needs a richer, more interactive experience. Or if you want to build more business logic into your front end from the get-go, Vue has the core libraries and the ecosystem you'll need to scale. Like other front-end frameworks, Vue allows you to take a web page and split it up into reusable components, each having its own HTML, CSS, and JavaScript needed to render that piece of the page. Next, we'll take a look at Vue in action by building a product inventory page, but stay tuned to the end of the video for a message from Vue's creator, Evan Yu. We won't be teaching you how to use Vue, but we'll introduce a couple key concepts that make Vue so useful. As with many JavaScript applications, we start from the need to display data onto our web page. With Vue, it starts out really simple. We include the Vue library, create a Vue instance, and plug into our root element with the ID of app. EL stands for element. We'll also move our data inside an object and change X into an expression with the double curly braces. As you can see, it works.
Hold on.
Pretty cool, but the magic of Vue starts.
So this is similar. This looks similar to Angular in a little bit.
Yeah,
We
it
see it-
almost looked like Angular.
We have these two curly braces here. It's called product, and that's the same exact thing there, product boots. But there's a part that's not there. This at component selector template thing apparently don't need it. And you just need to do data product, where you don't have to do this at export class. And so already Vue's looking a little bit easier.
Yes.
Let's see.
When data changes. If we jump into the console and change the value of our product, notice that as soon as the value of product changed, Vue automatically updated our HTML.
That's a lot easier
Vue
too.
is reactive, meaning that when our data changes, Vue takes care of updating all the places we're using it.
Where's product? So product, all we got to do is to app.product equals, and it can change it. Okay, Vue is starting to look like it's a lot easier than React and Angular. What do you think?
Yeah, the first thing is you don't have to use that export at component things.
Yeah, I hate that at export at component. Just like, it seemed like whenever I do React tutorials, I feel like, why am I writing so much code?
Yeah. Also, this code looks like almost HTML, not the JavaScript.
Yeah, this looks a lot easier. Let's keep watching.
This works with any kind of data, not just strings. So instead of a single product, let's use an array of products. Then we'll update our H2 to an unordered list and create a new list item for each product in the array using Vue's v-for directive. This way, each product gets its own list item, as you see here.
Oh my gosh.
This is still...
That seems so simple. I imagine if you did that in Angular or React, you'd have to write 4,000 pages of code. Look at this. This is just 19 lines. So easy.
Yeah.
Still a little contrived though. So let's start with our list empty and fetch our products from an actual API, which could be coming from a database somewhere. When our app is created, we'll fetch the latest products from this API. All you need to take from it is that we're fetching our list of products and updating them in our data. As you can see on our webpage, each list item is showing the object it returned. And well, it's not human readable yet, so let's change the way it's displayed. We'll print out quantity and name. And there it is, printing out nicely. We might want to call attention to the items that have quantity 0. So let's add a little span with the text out of stock. This should only appear if our item quantity equals 0. We're going to use the if directive, because our jacket has a quantity of 0.
Okay, what do you think? What do you think so far?
These directives almost look like Angular. You can use v-for is in Angular. V-for is ng4, and
it seems like React then. Vue really is a best version that combines the best of React and the best of Angular, and it makes it easier.
Yes.
Interesting.
It's out of stock. What if we wanted to print out the total number of products under our list? To make this work, we need to create a computed property called total products, which returns the total quantity of our products. If you're not familiar with JavaScript reduce, it's adding up all the quantities from each product. As you can see over in our browser, it's properly adding up all the quantities. Here in the browser, I want to show you Vue's Chrome plugin, where we can see our array of data and inspect it right here. Since we're in the console, just for fun, let's pop the last item out of the array and see what happens. As you can see, not only is our list updated, but our total as well, as you would hope. Next, let's add some interactivity to this page through the use of a button. We'll create an add button for each product, and when a click occurs, we'll increment the quantity by 1. Back in the browser, notice how when we add an item, not only does the total inventory get updated, but also if we increment our jacket product, our out of stock notice goes away. Clicking this button a million times is going to get tiring, so what if we wanted to write in the quantity of jackets or hiking socks? We just create a new input field and bind it to our product quantity field with the vModel directive, specifying that it is always a number. You'll notice now I can input the total quantity of each item, and it gets updated immediately.
Oh my gosh.
I can even set the quantity back to 0, and I get my out of stock statement. And my add buttons still work just fine.
I feel like I want to use Vue simply because they were smart enough to create this very helpful video that makes it look. Don't you like Vue? Vue looks cool, right?
Yeah, especially the video is like you said.
It's so helpful.
If we're building a larger application, we might want to split things up at this point into their own components and files. Vue even has a command line interface, which makes it simple to start real projects quickly. We might even use single file Vue components, which contain their own HTML, JavaScript, and scope CSS or SCSS.
Hi, I'm Evan Yu, the creator of Vue Js. What you've seen here barely scratched the surface of what Vue can do. There's so much more in the ecosystem to help you build, organize, and scale your front-end applications. To get a better taste, read our documentation today. I think you'll enjoy the view.
I got chills. Look, I got chills thinking this is such a good. Now, look, there's also a free mastery intro to Vue course. Let's look at this. VueMastery.com. Oh, Vue Mastery, and there's a whole the Vue instant attribute.
Only website.
This is wonderful. Is it? And this is all free, huh? Here, wait,
Yes,
let me sign up.
No,
here.
no. I think it's not free.
I think so. Let me see.
But why?
Let me just log in and see if it is free.
Get 20% off.
Okay, you're now logged in. Okay, now let's watch intro to Vue. Why does it say intro to Vue 2? Oh, it's called Vue 2. That must be like the version. Let's do one video together.
Okay.
And then we'll finish up our event for today. Let's just see if we can if it is free.
I think.
Oh, wait, to get started learning Vue with Vue 3, take our intro to Vue 3 course. Wait a second. That makes more sense, right?
Yeah.
Welcome to Vue Mastery's Intro to Vue 3 course. We're going to take a journey through the Vue universe to explore the technology and build a solid foundation of Vue skills so we can build upon that to head towards Vue Mastery. This course is your first step along the way, and on our platform we have a whole library of courses you can take. Now let's take a look at the app we're going to be building throughout this course. As you can see, we're going to be building a product page. When we click the Add to Cart button, we can add the product to our cart. And when we hover our mouse over these colors, we can change the image. And you'll see one of our products is out of stock, and we're disabling the button, so we can't add that one to the cart. If we scroll down here, you'll see we have a form where we can add reviews. So we'll learn the basics of building forms with Vue. And by the end of the course, we'll understand the fundamentals of how to build a Vue app. To get the most out of this course, you're going to want to be coding along. And there's two ways to do that, depending on your experience level. If you're newer to programming, you're going to want to click on the link below this video that takes you over to our code tag. There, you'll find our starting code, and you can click on this fork button to fork the project to your personal account. However, with the free CodePen account, you can only have one project at a time. So if you already have a project in your account, you're going to have to delete it out to make a new one for this course. On the other hand, if you have a little more experience with programming and using Git and GitHub, you're going to want to head over to our repo, clone the project, and then from there, you can switch between different branches for the starting and ending code for each lesson. For example, in the next lesson, lesson 2, you can check out L2-start or L2-end for the starting and ending code respectively. Throughout this course, you're going to see me using VS Code, and I do recommend that for Vue development. But if you already have a code editor of your choice, you can stick with that one. But if you want to use VS Code and you don't already have it, you're going to want to download that now and also install an extension, ES6 string HTML. You'll see why this extension will be useful in later lessons. And finally, at the end of each lesson, you'll see a coding challenge so you can put the concepts into practice. Now, if you're ready, let's create our first Vue app in the next lesson.
Let's see. Hold on, slow down. I want to read the lesson here. Let's see. This course is your first step, and on your platform, you'll find a whole library of courses. Let's see. Find our starting. This is basically what he just said. All right, let's watch the next one because we didn't actually learn any coding in that one. Yeah, so you can sign up for free and take this course too. Let's watch.
Yeah.
In this lesson, we're going to look at the starting code and learn how to create a Vue app. As I mentioned in the last lesson, you can either check out the starting code from the repo or head over to CodePen to get started there. To take a tour of the starting code, you'll see we have an assets directory. Inside of there, there's a directory for our images. We've got one for blue socks and green socks. Then we've got a CSS file for all of our styles. Inside of the index.html, we're importing those styles. And below that, we are importing Vue. Importing the Vue library this way is the simplest possible way to start using Vue. You'll notice at the time of this recording, I'm using the Vue 3 beta CDN link. But if you're watching this and Vue 3 is already out, you're going to want to go to the official Vue Js documentation, click on the installation tab, and then scroll down and copy this CDN link for prototyping and learning purposes. This gives you helpful warnings and error messages during development. So you can just copy that latest CDN link and replace it in this script tag. At the bottom of the file, you'll see we're importing our main.js file. So let's take a look at that. So far, it's very simple. It's just a constant called product equals socks. You notice that in the template, we've got this H1 here, and it says product goes here. So the question now is, how do we display product using Vue? Well, first, we're going to have to create a Vue app. So let's get that started. In our main.js, we'll delete this out and create a constant called app. And we'll say Vue, which we have access to because we installed it via that script tag, .create app. And this will do exactly what it says. It's going to create our Vue app. As an argument, we're going to pass in an object and add a data property. This is going to be a function which returns another object where we'll store our data. So here we'll add that product back in now as a data item. To simplify this syntax, I'm going to switch this out with the ES6 shorthand. Now that we've created our app, I'm going to change this comment to say import app, because we're not just importing some JavaScript, we're now importing an entire Vue app. And I'm going to make another comment below here that says mount app and add a script tag so that we can mount the app that we just created into our DOM. So I'll create a constant called mounted app and set that equal to app that refers to the app that we just imported, and then .mount. Inside of the mount method, we'll add an argument, which is a DOM selector used to plug the app into a piece of our DOM, such as this div with the ID of app. Now here in the H1, we'll switch this out for this double curly brace syntax, inside of which we'll say product, referring to product in our data. Now that we've created our Vue app and plugged it into the DOM, we should be seeing socks appear when we render this page. Checking it out in the browser, looks like it's working.
It's my brother.
Hello.
But how exactly is this working? Let's take a look. When we created,
What's your brother's name?
His name Mushtaq.
Mushtaq. Hi, Mushtaq.
Hi.
Okay, say hey. Oh, he doesn't speak Hindi.
Okay.
Good to see you. My name is Monroe. Good to see you.
Okay, my name is Mushtaq.
Hi, Mushtar.
In our Vue app, we said const app equals view.createApp. Then we passed in the options object. This allows us to add some optional properties in order to configure our application. And even though it's called the options object, it is not optional. So you're always going to have to pass in at least an empty object to get it started. Doing this creates our Vue instance, which is the heart of our Vue application, which powers everything. On that options object, we added our data option, which returned an object full of our data. As of now, it's just product whose value is socks. We then imported our app into our HTML file and then mounted it into the DOM, which effectively plugged our app into that div with the ID of app. Now at this point, that div and everything within it has access to our Vue app. So if you're wondering what's happening with this double curly brace syntax, you can imagine it like a phone, which has access to a phone within our Vue app. And we're able to ask the app, hey, what's the value of product? And the app responds, socks. So when the page renders, we see socks display on the page. If this double curly brace syntax or mustache syntax is new to you, it allows us to write JavaScript expressions. In other words, it allows us to run valid JavaScript within our HTML. So we could be doing things like concatenating strings, running conditional logic with a ternary operator, running methods on our data, and so on. So back in the diagram, if we were to change socks to boots, our expression would receive that new value and our DOM would update. But how exactly is that happening? Well, the answer is that Vue is reactive. Underneath the hood, Vue has an entire reactivity system that handles updating. So when a data value changes, anywhere relying on that data value is going to automatically update for us. We don't have to do anything to make that happen. As a side note, here on Vue Mastery, we have an entire Vue 3 reactivity course. So if you're interested in exploring the reactivity system under the hood, you can take that advanced course later. If we were using product in multiple places within our template, and product.
Oh, yes?
No, there is, I think in this website, there is also advanced courses, right?
Oh.
This is just intro.
Yeah, this is just the beginner course.
Yeah.
Every place that was using that value is going to update. Again, this is all thanks to Vue's reactivity system. By popping open the DevTools, we can see reactivity happening live in the browser. If I say mounted app, then product, which is that data value, I can update it to shoes. And when I hit enter, our DOM is going to update automatically. I'll do the same for sandals, hit enter, and there it goes, updating reactively.
It is almost like object-oriented.
And that brings us to the end of the lesson.
Say it again.
It's almost like object-oriented things. Yeah, an object and the properties.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Say it again.
Objects and properties in the object-oriented style.
Yeah. It's similar.
Yeah.
And to our first coding challenge. Now, you'll want to add a product description to the data object, then display that description using an expression within a p tag. You'll find a link to the challenge's solution code below this video. As a reminder, if you're coding along with our repo, you can check out the ending code as well. So for this one, it would be L2-end.
This is awesome.
Yeah,
I think this is a great course. What are the? Let me see what their different courses are. And if you should sign up for an account because it'll keep track of your progress. Let's go to pricing. Pricing is $19 a month. Annual or free. Unlock additional free lessons, track your progress. So you can unlock additional ones. So what are the different courses? Unit testing, Vue, Vuex fundamentals, real world testing, Turing, Vuex, Vue 3 and TypeScript, real world view, from Vue 2 to Vue 3, intro to Vue 3. I think we're doing that one. Yeah, 2 out of 11. Vue 3 deep dive with Evan Yu. Vue 3 forms, build a Gmail clone with Vue. Component design patterns. Vue 3 reactivity, unit testing, Vue 2. Vue 3 animating Vue, beautifying with Vue, Trello clone. Watch us build a Trello clone. That's cool. Token-based authentication, next level Vue, mastering Vue, scaling Vue with Nuxt. Real world Vue 2 advanced components, intro to Vue 2. Let's see, Vue 3, download the cheat sheets. That's cool. Download Vue Essentials cheat sheet. Vue 3 cheat sheet, Nuxt cheat sheet, cool. What's the Vue 3 path? If you're getting started, you should still start with our beginner's path.
Yeah, I think this must be a part of the GitHub Students Developer Pack.
So I guess they're saying we should work with Vue 2 first, I guess.
Yeah.
And then intro to Vue 3 should go later. So, well, this is fascinating. I'm excited to learn more about Vue by going through this, and even if it's you get 20% off a year, so that would be what, $19 if it's 100 and let's see.
Yeah, $190 per month.
Let me see, 190 times 0.80. So maybe it's $152 for the year.
Yeah.
But I mean, even doing it, you could probably do a lot of the lessons for free.
Yes.
And it says you can unlock additional free lessons. So that's fascinating. I also want to reach out to them and see if they will sponsor us for free, because we're part of, for not-for-profit. We get a lot of people, a lot of companies that sponsor us. So I'm going to try that. Do you offer student discounts? Yes. If you're a student, please send over. So that's good.
I think this has to be a part of GitHub Student Developer Pack.
Is this part of it or no? Let's look.
No, it is not part of it.
It is or it isn't? Let's see. Vue mastery. No, not there. Is there anything with Vue? Oh, this is great.
I think there is not a Vue course.
No, there's no Vue there. So, any case, wonderful. Are you gonna enroll in that course too?
No, I think if there is a need, I think I can. Also, I want to share there's a website called Scrimba.
Called Scrimba?
Maybe you want to check out. Yeah.
Let's look at that too. Wait, Scrimba.
Yeah. I like that platform because they have a different kind of learning platform.
Oh. Wow. This is cool. Gosh, there are so many online programs. It's amazing.
Yes.
How much does this cost?
But try out a free course. You can see the style is different.
So here are all the free courses.
Yeah.
Learn Svelte. Do they have anything in Vue?
There is a Vue course, I think.
Oh yeah, learn Vuex. Learn Vue Js for free. Wow. This is fantastic. Thank you. Thank you, Ishmael.
But why I said to you is this is not their platform is not like the ordinary learning platform. Their videos will be live coding. The screen will be live coding, and the video will be played. I can say, but if you try it out, you can see that.
Here. What's that? Is that my name? Yeah. Monroe. So here, let me just find one. What do I want to learn how to do?
Take that view code.
Wait, find. No, whoop.
Take that view code, right?
The Vue one?
Yeah. Just to take it down.
Where is it? Right here. Oh, it's you. This is interesting. Oh my gosh, I can. So every lesson you're coding.
Yes. Yeah.
Hello, welcome to Vue. So,
Oh, so there's no video.
Yeah. That's what
This is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Wow.
what is Vue, right? Well, Vue is this
Kind of an innovative idea.
What's that?
An innovative method.
Yeah, this is real. So you're really learning by doing.
2014
Let's
or
try
so.
this. Let me
Coming
just try
into
this real
version
quick.
2. And Vue is really interesting because by adding just one script tag to your file, right, your HTML file, you suddenly have like all these amazing abilities to build both static and dynamic web pages. You know, at least an order of magnitude more simple than sort of hand coding JavaScript, if you will. So I'm really excited to teach Vue because it's fundamentally changed how I think about web development. I used to be really afraid of it, and now I feel like I have these new superpowers that allow me to express myself really flexibly and intuitively on the web. So this is the Vue course. We're going to cover basically all the fundamentals. So this is by no means all that Vue can do, but it is a good introduction for you to feel comfortable and for you to continue by reading the documentation and making your own experiments. So I'm Zadek, and if you have any questions or comments, even feedback, just click this right. You can click anywhere, and you can reach out to me on Twitter. My DMs are open, and I I tweet a lot apparently. But yeah, so in this course, I am going to teach you how to build your first web apps, and we're going to start from the absolute fundamentals. I'm actually going to teach you, just in case, the fundamentals of JavaScript, because you can't really use Vue without understanding, to an extent, JavaScript. If you're an experienced web developer, you are more than welcome to skip that next screencast. But the point is, whether you're experienced or you're just getting into web development, my hope for this course is to provide you with the confidence and a perspective of web development that is refreshing. So here are some examples of things that we'll build, and we'll see actually in these examples, they're going to get a bit more complex. This is just kind of like a teaser. And then at the end, we're going to explore some existing code that I've written for the course and try to understand it. This is the last example, which is really exciting. It's an interactive emoji color picker. So I really like this one. Anyway, I hope you are as excited about this course as I am, because I can't build a website without using Vue in some capacity. Vue has wonderful documentation. So if you get stuck or you need to ask a question or whatever it is, don't be afraid to look it up on the web, because Vue has first-class documentation. So that's it for the introductions. Again, if you have any questions, comments, you want to follow me, whatever it is, just click the whole screen. Otherwise, I will see you in the next screencast. We're going to start to first learn the basics of JavaScript necessary to get you up and running, and then we're going to dive deep into Vue. All right, thanks again for checking this out. I will see you very soon. Oh, whoa, I almost forgot. In case this is your first time using Scrimba, this is interactive. If you're watching this on YouTube, go visit scrimba.com and you can go watch us there, because this is interactive. So if I write some code, I love you, right? And I run it, you're going to see it in a browser. But this is interactive, so you can copy and edit anything that you see. So I'm going to challenge you at some points during the course to experiment a little bit, pause it, make a change, save it, see how you like it, because this is really a form of active and not passive learning. Interrupt me as often as you need to, so you really sort of understand the significance of Vue and feel comfortable with the Scrimba ecosystem. All right, I just had to add that. Anyway, I will now see you in the next screencast.
That's it.
This is really, really fascinating.
Yeah. I also like it very much. That's a great idea.
It's a brilliant idea, and it
Yeah.
combines the best of. I feel like let me stop. I feel like boot camps are either it's all videos and text,
Yes, yes.
or it's and then you have to do all the coding by yourself. And how great if it's all in the same and right there, and you can really just learn the basics. So really awesome. Oh, let's do a picture of us.
Yeah.
And cool. Let me save this file, save as. Okay. Chat. What's today's date again? The 5/7/21.
Yeah.
And we talked about
Really, we want to host a coding along event in break diving.
say it again.
We want to host a coding along event.
Well, this is, you want to host an event?
No, what I said is we want to host a coding along event.
On break diving?
Yeah.
This is a coding event though.
But we are coding along.
Oh, you're saying a code along event where we
The-
code something together.
Video.
I like it. I like it. We could use Scrimba to do it, right? It's a good idea.
Yes, yes.
To those of you guys on YouTube and watching, we hope you'll join us at breakdiving.io. We hope you have a better idea of these JavaScript frameworks. I think Ishmael and I are leaning towards liking Vue a lot, but we'll have to see, and we'll continue our research. Have a good one, and join us at breakdiving.io. Remember the Break Divers Creed: no rules, no excuses, no regrets. Bye.
Yeah.